Check your piston rings. You need to put them down into the bore of the engine. And put them down here like this. And you get your piston. Put them out in the middle of the bore. You need to check this gap right here. Now, there is no specifications in the book from John Deere on what this is supposed to be. A rule of thumb is that the end gap of a piston ring should be about 4/1000ths of an inch for every inch of the bore. 18 to 19 thousandths for ring gap. And if they are 19 thousandths or more, you know, they're good. But on these piston rings here, they're all right at between 19 and 20 thousandths, except for one. I had to file it. So I'm going to show you how to file a ring. So the first thing, you get your piston ring and you put it on a edge of a table like this. Then you get your, it'd be a pretty fine file. You don't need a real coarse one. And the way I've always done it is I would go down like that. And it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. And you can get it done pretty quick, just like that. And try to keep your file as square with the end of the ring as you possibly can. You lose all your... Well, that's a good place for it to go. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Yeah. Okay, let's just hope the gasket didn't get torn in that mess. We're going to check the rod bearings for oil clearance. Now, a lot of guys use plastic gauge for this, and it's just fine. But we're not going to. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. So, Paul's going to first start by putting in the insert. If you look here, this insert, it's got a tang. See the tang? He puts that in the corresponding slot into the rod bearing, or the rod, sorry. Now he slides into position. Ugh, don't put fingerprints on your rod bearing. Terrible. Here. There you go. It's got to have that pressure to put it in there. They call that crush. Your rod bearing should just slightly be above the top of your rod. That way, whenever it... a lot of guys like to put oil between the rod and the bearing shell. I have always been told not to do that. The reason is that oil will take up clearance between the rod bearing shell and the rod and could throw your oil clearance between the crankshaft and your bearing could be decreased ever so slightly. That may be more for racing engines instead of John Deere B's, but, well, we're just going to go with what the old timers say. All right. So he's popped his one in there. It snapped right in there like it should. Now, how do you put that on there, Paul? How do you orientate it?
I'm pretty sure this way you put it with the...
You pick, your tangs go on the same side. I've never seen very... You also got to square this up. Some of these are... You kind of tap them. You got to tap them down with like a rubber mallet or something sometimes. Get them to... Paul picks a rubber club. There you go. Okay, so we got it down. Got the bearing and shell in there. You notice there's little number ones on this particular rod. Of course, you can't see them, but anyway, trust me. There's a one there and one there. Your numbers will line up. Okay, we're going to put the nuts on there. I'll start this one on there. Now he's going to get his torque wrench, and we have a torque value between 80 and 90 pounds. Put a hand here and put a hand on the handle. There you go. We're going to use our bore gauge to measure these with. I've got a micrometer set to the measurement we had for the crankshaft, which was 2 inches, 748 thousandths is what it measured, and then we added 3 thousandths onto it for the oil clearance. So these bearings need to be that measurement plus 3 thousandths. So that's what I've got this. I put it into a micrometer and measured this on a micrometer, and now we can duplicate that. So whenever our gauge, come over here this way, we put it in here and we do our, see how it goes to 0? I don't think there's too much glitter on it. Okay. Right there, 0. What that means is that has duplicated that measurement. So in that specific spot, it is correct. Now, that's good. Now, don't be flipped out if it's off just a little bit, because I'm going to go around here on the other side. These bearings will kind of seat in there a little bit. But yeah, this one shows right on the money. I said these bearings here, according to this gauge, are showing just right on the money. So we had 3 thousandths oil clearance with that crankshaft and these rod bearings. So she ought to be just perfect. So we'll see. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is get the oil can and put a little bit of oil right there in the piston pin. There, give it a squirt. Now do the same thing on the other side. Now, take your finger and smear it around a little bit. He's got his surgical gloves on there, so you know, it's okay. Get your pliers and your spring lock there. And do not sail that thing across the shop, okay? Folks, can he do it? He can be taught. Actually, that is a nice job. Don't mess with it. You got a big booger on it. Ugh, yuck. All right. You notice that he has got it in the groove. Very good. Okay. All right. Next, rotate your piston and put that pin in there. Put a little dab of oil in your pin. Just a couple dots. There you go. That's it. All right. Smear it all over now. Okay. Now, I like put it in there until it just comes out just a little bit on the inside. Okay. I'll hold it there for you. Hey. This is a piston pin, not a jackhammer. Too far. Just like that. All right. Okay, so turn the piston over. Keep turning. Okay. On these pistons here, it says top. You need to align the top with, you'll have to trust me on this, but there is a number 2 and a number 2. So you want to line the numbers and the top together. So, all right. Okay, see if you can push her through there. Okay, whoa. Now you gotta get your oil can again. All right. Okay, now I'll hold the piston for you. Push her on home. Keep going. Come on. There we go. All right, you're all the way there. Now, get it right on the tip. Dad will sacrifice his fingers for the good of the bee. All right. Well, that was downright easy. Make sure these are in the groove. Bad things happen. All right. Perfect. We always like to put the little tangs straight up. Don't know if it makes a darn bit of difference, but no, that's what we do. So, all right, this piston is ready to have the rings assembled onto it. So, we'll do that next. Today, Paul is going to learn all he needs to know about piston rings. All right, Paul, what you got in your hand there?
Here's one of the piston rings.
All right.
And this is...
What's that thing called, you know? It's a piston ring expander. You put it in these. Okay. All right, now, gotta make sure it stays down there, right there. Now, kind of put a little tension on it with your, keep going. Okay, now get over there by the piston. Okay, and just squeeze that just enough to where it goes over the piston. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. There you go. All the way down there. Now, there you go. Now this oil ring has no dot on it to tell it which way it goes. Okay? So we got them lined up here. Where they go? See, fourth groove. Look here. Now, you probably can't see it because this is a GoPro. It does a lot of things well, but focusing in on little objects is not one of them. This has a little thing that says top. Now, one of the reasons is you look at the profile, but one of the reasons why piston rings are marked top and bottom is sometimes they're ground like with a 1/1000th taper on them, so whenever they pull down the piston into the cylinder, they actually kind of rotate up or down a little by which way the taper is cut into the ring. See, this one here has this notch in the bottom of it, so this is going to help it scrape the oil off the side of the cylinder. So, all right, Paul, just think, you only got 4 more than nerve-wracking things to do. Okay. Now, release it. The second and third ring are the same groove, are the same piston ring, and this one has a little angle cut into it towards the piston. Okay. Come on. There we go. Here's the last one. There you go. Look at that. What are you sweating about? Kind of shaking a little nervous? So there you go. Now we've oiled the cylinder. I'm going to put oil in these piston rings. Now we haven't got the gaps where we want them on the top ones. Now the bottom one, for as far as I know, you know, it doesn't really matter where it gets put. I'm going to demonstrate this ring compressor on the first ring, and then Paul will we'll let him do the top rings. So we got the ring compressor in the slot that's relatively close to the size that I think we need. And then you adjust this little as I was saying, you don't want it to have a whole lot of tension. But anyway, piece of dirt off there. So get your top on the top, And there you go, just like that. Nothing to it. Paul's gonna do the main rings here, the compression rings.
Yeah, I gotta stagger the ring gaps.
Okay, now how we stagger ring gaps?
Stagger them like a clock.
Yeah, use the clock method. So what do you do with your first one?
This one will be at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
The next one will be at 9.
Uh-huh.
The one after that will be 12. And top one will be at 6.
Okay, so the only one that's not 180 degrees is this one here. Now, if we really wanted to, we can make this one about 2 and make the next one swing it over there about right there. That way it'll have more of a travel to get to the next gap. Anyway, I believe that would be good. We're gonna put a little motor oil on these rings. Royal's a good girl. Swing it over. There you go. Good.
Just trying to make sure the rings wouldn't move.
Yeah, they can move a little bit. As long as they all move, it'll be fine. We're gonna lift this connecting rod up in there and try to guide it toward our rod journal over here. Okay, you can use this hammer handle. Try to push it in there. Okay. Hold on. Now you can use your hammer handle. Just push on it. Keep going. Oh. No. All 138 of our viewers are going to see this. Don't make them look like you're a wimp or something. Keep going. Keep going.
It's right there.
Come on. All right. We got it to that point. Cameraman, I can't turn this flywheel and hold the camera. We'll oil this cap up a little bit. All right. Oil this journal up a good little bit. Okay. Now, trivia question. Everybody knows there's a John Deere has a left and a right piston rod, cylinder. But which one's number 1 and which one's number 2? I got to looking in the book. Everybody's like, I kind of went onto a couple forums, just kind of seeing what the responses were, and most of them were smart aleck remarks. Get a manual, get a manual. Nobody really said which one was which. So I got the manual, and I looked, and I'd looked for about a half hour to find out that it says the left one is the number 1 cylinder. So then the question was raised, well, is it the left one if you're facing the tractor, or the left if you're sitting on the tractor? You gonna put this cap on for them? You know what? Why don't you get a clean rag and wipe all them grungy fingerprints you just put all over that rod bearing? Now look at your paper towel. Look at the... Yuck. You want to know where that dirt come from? Your gloves. Don't do that. Now put it on there. Put it on there. Nope. Now rubbing it.
I'm not.
It'll be fine. It's going to get primed before it gets... This one in particular is kind of a... I'm going to have to get a little mean with it, I guess. I don't like it when I'm angry. I don't like beating these things on here, but sometimes you just have that minimum amount of force. Well, there it goes. Hopefully it's not going to be out of here for at least another 25, 30 years, so it's got to have fun while it lasts. So this is a late model B. It has insert rods in it. It's one of the last Bs with them kind of rods. So, you know, like the Babbitt rods, it says, oh, you just torque them to 75 and then tighten them up to the next slot on the cotter pin. Well, these don't have cotter pins on it. And I looked up what a 50 was, and it said between 85 and 90 foot-pounds for the rod bearing torque. So, get the torquing. So, there you go. Are you keeping us in suspense?
Maybe.
Come on. Come on. All right. Come on, make it click. There we go. Notice one click. What happens if you click it twice?
You over torque it.
You over torque it. My nephew told me that, and he's an airplane mechanic. So, all right. Pop, 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 round and round. That was. Oh well. There we go. It's together. We have installed some pistons and rods. Hopefully properly. What do you think, Paul? You liking what you're seeing?
Yep.
Huh? Like that? Did you get some? Them going back and forth? Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, hopefully we won't see them again for a while. So.
Definitely, hopefully.
All right.
Because that's going to be a pain to get to.
Nah, we got to it once. It'll be fine.
With everything else on it?
Well, let's just not put any of that crap on it. What do you think about that? We'll make it unstyled. Huh?
No.
Why not? I'd say there'd be a lot less body work. Like none. The kind I like. Okay. Well, thanks for watching.
Bye.